Man, I love the way you dress. There's another guy. What's his name? I'm a little lost now. L.
Lucario?
No, LD. Is it?
LDA.
The Thinking Class. We bring together forward-thinking, spiritually conscious individuals to learn, share, grow, and reframe our mindsets. We push to reach our maximum potential on all levels so that we can unlock new spiritual and practical paths to strengthen the relationships that matter most and usher in a new era of intellectual and behavioral mastery. Thank you for joining the Thinking Class. LDA's personal AI. Mr. Davis here to serve you. Keep it spiritual, keep it player.
Yeah, man, I love
The Thinking Class. We bring together forward-thinking, spiritually conscious individuals.
Salute everybody. I see like I got froze. Okay, I got frozen in time. If you can hear me, put a number 33 in the chat room. Let me get this camera together.
Class.
Let me get this together. 1 second. I'm waiting for this to clear up. One there. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat room while I get this camera together right quick. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat room. This is Lawrence D. Ives with Spirituality and the Game Combines. You have the Thinking Class. We are here. If you're a crybaby, don't even come here. If you're going to cry, don't come here. This ain't the place for you. Let me find out what's going on with my camera. 1 second. And if not, I'm on. You know what I'll do like I did last time. Salute to everyone. Good to see everyone in the chat room. Good to see you. I should sound crystal clear right now. I'm actually using my other microphone that I have for over 10 years. This sounds amazing. So let's get it going. There it is. Now the camera caught up. Salute. Good to see everyone. Let me turn this on. It might be a little bright. Yeah, it is a little bright. But okay. Well, that's actually good. Look good. So good to see everyone. Good. If you missed Wednesday's conversation about being uncomfortable, oh my God, it was good. It was off the cuff. It was something that I was not expecting to talk about, but I see I got a nice comment that it helped some people. But today I got to get some things off my chest that I didn't get to share about my trip and about things that are going on. So let's get it going. If you are here in the place to be, good to see everyone here. Good to see Red. Good to see Shaw. Good to see Master. Good to see Expo Chill. Let's get to see everybody who's watching in the clouds. Salute to you. LDA is here. Lawrence D. Adams. I'm here. Let me get something off my chest. Men, are you ready? Are you ready? Wednesday, we talking about the power of you being uncomfortable in your uncomfortable. Oh, so wait, whoa. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Didn't you see what just popped up? Whoa, salute to Jonathan W. We gotta get some for that. Let me change my screen so y'all can see what I'm doing. Put the screensaver on right quick. But wait, that's wrong. Wrong screensaver. Wrong screensaver. Wrong screensaver. Jonathan W. Salute to you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat of $20 here at the Thinking Class. I got something else queued. You got me going. I know we gotta play some. We gotta play this for Jonathan W. so we can get it going. We gotta say salute to Jonathan. He came in already going. So we gotta do a couple clap of hands, you know, we gotta shout out to Jonathan W for the shout out to Jonathan W for the shout out to you, brother. Shout out to Dave already. I always watch and have a schedule conference these days. Shout out to you, brother. I haven't even started yet. Shout out to Jonathan W for the what? Can't hear? Oh, you can't hear it? Can't hear the music? Oh my God, I gotta figure out why you can't hear the music. I know how you can hear it. Let me drop the music. I know how you can hear it. You're gonna make sure you hear the music. Let me drop this music. I don't know why you can't hear the music, but you can hear me. I'll fix that problem right quick. Right quick. Can't hear the music. 1 second. Let me get my bearings together. Ah, there we go. Hold on. Hold on. I know this is impromptu, but we got to do it. Let me see if I can get. Why is this? Let's get this connected. 1 second. 1, 2, 3. I'm so happy to see you guys. He dropped the 20 bones on the brother. I appreciate the Bluetooth is on. There we go. Connect. You should be able to hear it in a few minutes. Once I connect, can we hear? Let's see. Can we hear this? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate that. Salute to blessings. Appreciate that. Putting 20 on there. Appreciate it. Salute to Jonathan W. dropping down that 20. Shout out to him. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That means a lot. It just shows appreciation. This is Young Big. By the way, I know I have a couple accounts. Is always going come together soon and working on things out. Salute to you. Good to see you. Salute. Today, but I got to get some things off of my chest. Sell out. Salute. I appreciate that. Man, we talked about being uncomfortable on Wednesday and how it is important that as a man that you embrace the ability to be uncomfortable in every situation, that you make uncomfortability your friend and not your enemy. What happens is when you are uncomfortable, it brings out the best version of who you are. But most men and people in general have looked at being uncomfortable as an enemy and not as a friend. So I want to salute. I appreciate that. But I want you to get this today once we get some things off my chest. It is important as men, especially men, we got women here, that we understand once we get past the point of being uncomfortable, what are we going to do next? I'm always here about giving actions. There's no sense of hearing all this teaching, hearing all this game, and you don't do jack skippity with it. And what happens is, if you are just getting information to add to your fantasy world of what life is, you're not ready for the game. Let me adjust my mic. If you're just here to get information to add to your fantasy world about women, sex, whatever, life, game, and all like that, you're not ready. Uncomfortability is my best friend. Thank you so much. But I want you just the things I need to get off my chest today. Things I get off my chest today. I see the things in social media. I see the things that's going on with this couple and this going on and that going on. But I'm here to tell you the thinking class is for men and women who decided to go the unbeaten path. A couple of years back during the pandemic, we talked about you thrive with your tribe. You thrive with your tribe. And I think what has happened is everyone's trying to copy each other, but they have not found their true tribe. And I'm going to break down what happened when I was in Florida. And this is no spite on Florida, but this is something to look at. But you got to find your tribe that you really resonate with, that they speak your language. Even if it's unspoken, they speak your language. Find your tribe. Some of you are looking for people who is not part of your tribe, and you wondering why the game doesn't work. You're working your game on people who is not part of your tribe. I clap for my own self. But I want you to get this. When I was in Florida, and I was about to check in for my I checked into my hotel, and it's interesting. And I want you to get this. I was checking into my hotel, and it was a little discrepancy about how much would need to be paid and the way things need to be taken care of, because it was one amount that I was looking at paying, and they wanted another amount, which was a higher amount. Now, the individual could have did that, but because he seen it was another person that looks like him, many times people to look like you don't want you to be better than where they're going. So I passed it up. I said, this is not cool. Took a shower, got into my hotel room. So the next day I got up and I went to go get some French toast. Before I sit down at the table, and the one of the waiters came over to me and said, hey, brother, let me share something with you. He said, somebody else came here, how our brother people be doing, he came in and he got the food, but he didn't pay. And all I wanted was some French toast and some bacon and orange juice and a little sip of coffee. But I realized sometimes you have to be careful of people trying to peg you in their perception that they have of themselves and other people. This individual, who was a black man, automatically pegged me that I was going to walk out and not pay and take care of my obligations. Instead of saying, sir, where can I get you today? What would you like to order? And I watched, because I'm a very keen observer of life and people. He never asked anybody else that same question. So many times, the reason why I'm bringing this stories up, I want you to get this. Don't allow anybody to project their limitations, their being prejudiced, or their ways of thinking on you. This individual, while I was in Florida, wanted me to thought I was going to walk out and not pay or not give my room. Right. That's what you do. That's what you have to do with someone who don't pay. Yeah. But I'm the person, I pay. And so what I did was, I'm going to tell you what I did. I'm telling you what LDA did. I ordered my French toast with strawberries and blueberries, whipped cream, bacon on the side, a couple orange juice, and a small cup of coffee. I took my time and ate it. So are you fine? Are you okay? I'm fine. I ate my food and I said, hey, I'm ready to pay. I made sure I tipped him so he never, ever, ever, ever peg me or peg another black man. I'm going to just keep it real that way. I tipped him and walked out. And what I should have did was wrote a note, don't ever project your limitations on me. And I realized sometimes what we had to look at, and I've been noticing just this week and last week, sometimes the limitations or the things that's stopping us are your own people. That's what happened when you encounter thieves. People call that being defensive, but it's wrong, because you go for taking advantage and taking the ground. We play well, LDA. Yeah, well play, LDA. Yeah. Breaking the cycle, right? So what I had to do was I made sure I tipped the individual. Oh, I LDA tipped him. You know why? I made sure I have my glasses tilted down. And thank you, Shaw, right there. This right here. Just you right there. All skin folks and kin folks, family. And right there. All skin folks and kin folk, family. Right there. And sometimes I realized, and even this, it was a wake-up call because I was heated. I should have called governor. Governor probably would have got the whole thing paid off, you know. But I say, wait a minute. I interacted with people that were not my color with no issues. But it was our people, my people, that was giving me a problem. And even when I was checking out and I was explaining, how did you like to stay? How was this, sir? And the lady, one of the ladies that was other person that checks you in was just looking like, what are you doing here? Sometimes I realize the real issue is not other people, but it's your own people. And sometimes we think that every individual that has our skin hue or melanin is down with us. Sometimes the greatest enemy is the ones that's sitting in your face looking like you. I said, this salute, Jay. And I realized, you know what? I'm the most congenial person. I get along with people. If I don't like you, I don't like you. If I like you, I like you. But I'm not rude or anything like that. But it made me think. Why would you peg me like that? And I realized this. You got to realize this. I want you guys to get this. You got to get this off my chest. Everyone doesn't want to see you win or be better than where they are going. And if you are at a different station in life than what they are, they want to pull you down or they want to look down on you. Everyone is not happy at the station in life that you are at. And what they do, please hear me clearly, they will try to pull you down to where they are at. How dare you be in this hotel Marriott? How dare you order French toast? How dare you walk around like you are so-and-so and so on this? It's because they don't feel good about themselves or deserving to be in a place like that. That I like that. Let them be great in their own opinion. And that's so true. And I want you to really get that. I want you to really understand that. Just because that's why I preface everything. You got to find the people that are part of your tribe. Find other people who celebrate you, not just celebrate you, but who can correct you. And you can't get offended if people did what they did to me last Friday. Because I was like, what the, do you know, first thing I'm going to tell you what I said. I'm just being, I'm like, I'm LDA. Do you know who I am? Do you know what I can do? You know, I can do a review on this place and give it a bad review. But you got to realize sometimes you got to play it cool, which shows they know which shows that they know you have more than just potential. You're actually getting after it confidently. Yeah. And I want you to really get that. Everyone, if you're looking for everyone to celebrate you for where you're going or where you at in your station in life, forget about it. If you're looking for everybody to say, oh, great job. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're doing this. And you think, I'm just being honest. This be very, very transparent. You would think in the South, Florida, that it will be maybe people that, white people. Just be very clear. But no, it's our own people. And this is just the wake-up call I want you to really get. Don't get mad when everyone doesn't celebrate where you are at. Do not get mad if everyone don't celebrate the level of consciousness that you are at. Don't get mad if everyone don't understand where you are going. Don't get upset because you had expectations of other people because they may look like you or maybe act like you, that they are down with you. Don't get mad about it. Don't get mad about it. The best thing that you can do is say, you know what? I see you and I will do better than you. What I did was, I want to make sure I emphasize this. I tipped him. I gave him $10. I'm saying $10. I could have gave a penny. I could have put my fork on the plate a certain way to let you know I was disappointed. No, 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 no. I'm not going to give you the pleasure of that, because I want you to see how important it is as a man, how you handle yourself in a situation like that. Let me read this. Let's not forget the fact that some people know how to clap and cheer for you just to get the chance to steal the things that you made great to begin with. Very true. Very true. There have been people. I got to get it on my chest. There have been people who sit in the clouds. Nothing is original. Let me say this, because that's very good, very good. There's nothing original with anything that I'm saying or anyone else is saying. But you can hear when someone is taking your talking points and making videos. Let me say that again. You can hear when somebody's taking your content and don't say, hey, I got this from LDA, or I got this from so-and-so, I got this from that person, and make content like it's their own. So all those sit in the clouds or go back and listen. Yeah, I see you. I see you. I'm seeing that because you made a good point. Just because someone is cheering and you're doing a great thing and, oh my God, you're the best thing since sliced bread, and I wish I was the Woe is the one who wants to flatter you but ain't really down with you. Woe is the one who flatters you, who tells you your eyes are beautiful and everything you said is like water. It's like honey coming off of your lips. Watch them. Why? Why am I saying this? Because those who are in your tribe recognize who you are. And those in your, what's going on? Those in your tribes recognize who you are and will be down with you. I'm going to tell you one thing. You can know where you are in your station in life, or where you are in your life, when you can celebrate other people who are doing better than you or who just won. What's going on, Justin? Good to see you. You can deal with it. Women deal with this day, deal with that on the daily. I know y'all do. You can tell, salute to you. You can tell what someone else is in their station in their life if they have no problem complimenting you on your success, your accomplishments, and what you're doing. You can say it. I can tell a lot about your character if you can say, hey, you know what? That's a good job. Or you even say, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. You can see a lot about a person. Normally, you need to look at, is this person a part of my tribe or are they not? But that situation in Florida really, and I went other places, no issues at all. But I realized it was my people, my black people. If I was to go a little deeper, I'm not going to say that what type of black people they were, but it was my people who didn't think I should have been there. Good to see you, Rainy. It was my people who didn't think I should have been there. How dare you be in this Marriott and have this suite? And how dare you walk around here like you're the sugar honey iced tea? That's why it's so important. You as a man first and you and women, that you identify those who belong in your tribe. Now, this is the thing. This is the gang part of it. Even though these individuals, these two black males did this to me, I could have gotten in my emotions. I could have cussed them out. I could have just blew down on them. I could have did a whole bunch of stuff. The real game is to not allow them to get under your skin, and you play your cards so cool. Let me say that again. The real test, a real test that I had to face down in Florida in that situation is, how was I going to respond to these individuals without losing my cool? Let me say that. That's the real test. How would I respond to these individuals even though I did not lose my cool? Because I could have been cussing, I could have been fussing, I could have did all that. The real test for any man, especially in any woman, is for you to realize, what do you do in the midst of a confrontation where you could have went off and said something? Now, there ain't nobody going to be walking over me. That's one thing. But the second thing is, you ain't going to be doing me wrong. But I know that I am the person who's controlling the narrative. Thank you. You don't let anyone throw you off your square. You got it. And I really want you to get this. I really want you to get this because this is so important, because as we going into 2024, you realize a lot of people are emotionally driven and not logically driven. So it's easy. I could have got off my square. It could have messed up my whole weekend. It could have messed up my time down there. But I said, no, brother, I got you. I will tip you, and walk out. And what, I'm going to tell you how, if you know me, I walked out there with the coolest walk, with a stride, with a glide in my stride. And I left there saying, no matter what you think or what you try to peg or pretend or project on me, I am the man. And that's how you need to walk. So I want you to, one thing I want you to really, we're going to get down a little bit further. I really want you to really think about identifying who is your tribe. I want you to really do that. That's the problem I have with the concept of waiting at the finish line to go home with the winners. One does the work, but the others take the credit. It's unfair, and that's why it's an emotional subject, right? Like when playing basketball, the opposite team will try to get you in your head with words, right? That's correct. And that's why it's so important that you secure. I think what happens is a lot of men, I'm talking to men first, I think a lot of men have not found their tribe so that they can talk to and say, hey, man, this is what happened. This is what took place. Lucky I have some people I can talk to. I say, hey, this is how you deal with it. This was what's going on. And I was able to move forward. But if he would have called me 10 years ago, it would have been a different conversation down in Florida. Y'all would have been like, yo, I'm doing a stream. Come bail your boy out. I'm saying all that. I'm saying all of this to say it's important that you find your tribe. Find the people who resonate with you. And also, too, like they just said, don't allow anybody to get under your skin or get in your brain. You should be able to say, I see you and I move forward. I see you not as a friend nor as an enemy. I see you only as a lesson. And sometimes I want you to really get this. Sometimes we think that the lesson is for us, but the lesson is really for them. Sometimes we think that we are about to learn a lesson, but many times we become the lesson for somebody else. Let me make sure you get this. Sometimes we think in situations that I was in that the lesson was for me to learn something. Many times we are used to be lessons for other people so that they can see themselves and so that they can grow. Salute. Real recognize real. What we talking about? Okay, we're talking about importance of finding a tribe and what took place in Florida. I know you're just coming in, but I want you to realize sometimes we're in situations where we think that I'm trying to learn something. No. Many times you are placed in situations so that you can be a teacher or be the lesson for them. I became a lesson for the waiter down in Florida, so that he never, ever again treats another Black man like that ever again. You got to realize when you become the teacher for somebody else and how to move. Everything is not a lesson for you. That's just simple. Some things you are placed in is for you to be a lesson for somebody else or for you to be the teacher for someone else. But that situation in Florida, you know what? It's water off the duck's back. But I want you to, the other part I want you to give, the importance of, I'm saying this again, the importance of finding your particular people who resonate with you, who's at the same hurts that you are, who has the same mindset, who's going the same way. As you can see, as I do over here, you don't hear me bad mouthing women. You don't hear me doing that or bashing women. Why? Why would I waste my time talking about modern day women and what they're doing? I don't have time for that. We should have graduated past that. And the reason why, because I'm looking for men and women to raise their consciousness to a level so they're waiting for 2000, not only with 2006, 2024 and 2026, so that they're at another level of who they are. But that thing in Florida really was a weird wake-up call. And it caused me to see that everyone is not happy for you. I realized that everyone is not happy for me. And I learned a big lesson there. Now, if you're getting something from this, let me know in the chat room. Let me know what you guys think about this so far. Let me know if you're getting something from what I'm talking about. And I'm going to say something about that because it's a good plan. I don't vibe with those channels, and I hear enough people blaming others. Thank you so much. If you want to just, it's been 4 to 5 years of content, enough content on YouTube to talk about modern day women. Let me check them in and let's see. And with them, see if they let me. We're in Florida. Let me see and check in with them to see if they learned the lesson. But I want to make sure. I want you to make sure you guys get this. While I was in Florida, I had to, I don't know if I said this, I'm gonna say it, I better say it Wednesday. I have trouble sleeping. When I go on trips, I don't have no problem sleeping. I can sleep, get up and go. Everything was on. And I'm saying this from Wednesday. I was in a place where I was uncomfortable. Basically, it's actually blessing to be someone else's lesson, and that shows where you're at in your spiritual walk life. Correct. But I want to say this because a lot of times, a lot of content creators are not transparent. They don't want everything is good. I got game for the Himalayas. I got everything together, and everything and game is just not predicated to women. So if you come in here listening to clouds, game is just not predicated women. Game is life. So let me say this. During this time when I was in Florida last week, just around this time, I was not in a space that I need to be in. Mentally, spiritually, I was just not there. I couldn't sleep. My mind was running, and I was in a level of stress, and I couldn't figure out why. See, most men don't talk about that. Hey, we got it all together. I'm tough. Nick, bro, you ain't that tough. So I had to go and do some. I got a bike. And, you pay for the electric bike with your phone, and I paid for it. And I began to cycle around the city or where I was in West Palm Beach. Then I began to go by the water, and I had to clear my mind, clear where I was at, what was going on with me. Let me say something to some people. There's a lot of men and a lot. Catch this. You got to be able to look at the signs in your life when you are out of sync. You got to be able to look at the signs in your life when you are out of sync and you're not in the place you need to be at. Last week, I was not in the place I was needed to be at. I was snappy. I snapped at somebody. I was irritated. And I was like, wait a minute. This is not how I flow. I was not in the place I needed to be. I couldn't sleep. Stress was going on. Heart was beating fast. I said, something is going on. Did I take something? What was taking on with what was going on with LDA? That's why I got on the bicycle and rode around the city to get myself and realize I was out of sync. When was the last time you take that inventory check to say, hey, you know what? I'm a little out of sync, and everything, some things are bothering me. Some things are irritating me. Some money situation went right. When did you take the time to say, hey, I need to go and look at myself and say, you know what? I'm a little out of sync. Can't learn much from someone who doesn't admit where they are making mistakes. Correct. Accountability. But I had to take that time to do that. When I rode around the city and I rode around this boardwalk that they have, I began to get back in sync. And the reason why I'm saying this to you guys, because ain't nobody, I don't care what they say, on 100 every day. There's some days you need a reprieve and to regroup, go back into your turtle shell, whatever case, and get yourself together. Get your mental, your spiritual, and your physical together. And if you think that we run that you run on air, you are mistaken and you're bound to crash. You need to take time to sit your behind down and get your mind, your spirit, and your soul back together. It happens to the best of us. But sometimes we go past that because we got to work, we got to take care of bills, we got to do this, we got to do that. And we don't look at the signs that are going on with it, what's going on with us that is driving us crazy, or it could drive us crazy. See, men, we always want to be the Superman all the time. Sometimes you, Superman, need to take your cape off and sit your behind down and be Clark Kent and say, what's going on with me? I had to do that. I had to sit back and say, what's going on with me? I can go on a trip and I can flow, I can go, but I couldn't do it. I was out of sync. And I couldn't figure out why. I'm saying this because if I'm being this transparent, I want you to get it, because I want you to be that transparent with yourself and say, where do I need to look in the mirror with myself? Because this one person, I was walking on the pier. He kept talking and talking and talking. Like, bro, I don't feel like talking. Stop talking to me. Because and that's not me. And the reason why I'm saying that, because I realized I wasn't in the place I needed to be. That's where men grow, and that's where men and women grow. But that's where people grow to be the best version become the best version of themselves. I'm saying this because that's the real game. Everybody wants game on how to move and maneuver. But if you ain't right, your situation ain't gonna be right. If your mental space ain't right, or your spiritual ain't right, or your physical ain't right, you need to make the adjustments. What have you done to get yourself back in sync? What I did was, I told you I rode the bike. The other thing, I sat and got quiet. I shut my mouth. Facts. If you can force yourself to work hard, you can force yourself to play as hard. Establish and maintain a balance, right? Yo, what's going on, Yahoo? A lot of men don't know how to recalibrate without drugs, alcohol, sex, get a habit, or an outlet besides women. This right here, right there. Most men, a lot of men, don't know how to recalibrate themselves without drugs, alcohol, sex, and get a habit or outlet besides women. Same thing for women. A lot of women don't know how to recalibrate themselves without drugs, sex, attention, all that kind of thing. You need to be completely honest about we talk about the game on here a lot, but that's the real game. The real game, can you do this? Can you go recalibrate yourself? I've said this a million times before. I'm going to say it again. You ain't no good for nobody else if you don't know how to water yourself. You ain't no good for anybody else if you don't know how to water yourself. You ain't no good. I don't care, you pastor, preacher, teacher, prophet, building them. Your ability to adjust yourself and get back online is just as important as you giving. The ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, doing it is discipline. Discipline, right? But the ability to pour back in you, to identify when you are not on track, when you are not in the place that you need to be at. I had to identify that I wasn't sleepy. My sleep pattern was off. And it wasn't because I made a trip. Are you able, the real game? Because remember, I said this, and you hear it anywhere else, you know you got it from LP. You got to be able to realize that the first game that you must play is the game that you play on yourself. Shout out to RBC. He taught me to master solitude, and that's refreshing to your soul. Correct. But the thing that you really you got to do is the first game that you got to play, brothers, sisters, whoever that's listening in the clouds, is the game that you play on yourself. You got to take time to recalibrate yourself. Especially we going in, we talking about this physical year coming up, 2024. You got to this is the perfect time to calibrate yourself for where you need to go. Perfect time to recalibrate yourself for where you need to go. Some of y'all need to put on the brakes. As my grandfather say, Papa used to say, hold the press, hold the press. That means stop everything and look at where you're at. Now, I want you to get this other side. First of all, y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down. If this is resonating with you, let me know. Put a 33 in the chat room. If this is resonating with you, you're getting what I'm saying, put a 33 in the chat room. Put a 33 in the chat room if you're picking up what I'm putting down. You don't have to wait until something breaks to fix it. True self-mastery lies in the balance of calibration as a part of maintenance. Correct. We at the job that I work at, we have this thing called preventive maintenance. So before things break down, we go and do a check to make sure it doesn't break down. Many times, when we call it a PM, preventive maintenance, we go in and check this, check that to make sure everything is working. Many times in our lives and in men's lives, particularly I'm talking to, we don't take the time to do preventive maintenance on our own spirituality, on our own mental and our own physical. When is the last time you did a preventive maintenance on yourself? When is the last time you did preventive maintenance on yourself? When was the last time? Yeah, PMs. You already know what I'm talking about. When the last time you do preventive maintenance on yourself? Some of you who are listening need to go back. Even this week, now I get to tap in. Even this week, take some time and go do something for yourself. Go do something for yourself. Somebody needs to go do something back to the origins. Yeah. Somebody needs to go back this weekend and go do something for yourself. This morning's workout. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody needs to go and do something for yourself. I said this before and I'm gonna say it again. When I lived in Atlanta, and I get my paycheck, what I would do is I go out and I'm go treat myself to a meal, or I might treat myself to something that I want. Or it might be a little dessert, or it might be whatever the case may be. Why did I do that? Because ain't nobody gonna celebrate you until you begin to celebrate your own self. And I know it's broken English, and I don't care who like it or don't. There's no one going to celebrate you until you celebrate yourself. And many times, guys, and I'm talking to you men, looking for women, and women do it too, try to get relationships to fix things that you should be fixing yourself. Let me say that again. People look for relationships and look for a woman and look for a man to do something that should be doing for their own self. Oh, I watched the numbers go down when I said that. Uh-oh, look at that. Let me say it again. You looking for somebody to be the maintenance man or the maintenance woman in your life for things that you should be taking care of your own self. Uh-oh, look at the number go down on that. Oh, man, I don't want to hear that, LDA. Some of you are looking, you want game because you want to get a woman to do this, she can do that. And some things you should be taking care of your own self. Uh-oh. Some people are looking for, and some women are looking for a man. I don't want a man that can do it. Some things you can be doing for yourself. You ain't no good if you can't take care of some things for yourself. I've seen it too many times. And then what happens is the relationship between each other tanks. Right. You can treat yourself with a cat nap in your office chair, buying the outfit or cologne that you always wanted, 2 cups of Starbucks. Come on, anything. Just don't forget what you're doing that makes you happy. Right. That's it. I've seen people and I've been in situations where the person was trying to make let me say this. Let me say this about relationship. Your objective is not for you to make that person happy. Uh-oh. Your objective is not for you to make the other person happy. Well, I want a relationship so they can make me happy. Your objective is not they should be happy already. Because if not, they're gonna drive all the happiness out of you. Let me say that again. Your objective in a relationship is not to make the other person happy. If you think I'm lying, I must be flying. Tell them, come on, Latrice, tell them. If your objective is to make the other person happy, they're gonna drain all the happiness out of you. They're gonna get a straw from Wendy's and like a Wendy's freeze thing. I forgot the thing you sucking it, they sucking all the happiness out of you. They always sad. Something always happened. Their kids ain't acting right. This person did this. They took the shoe away from me. My job is doing this. They suck all the happiness out of you. Your objective in a relationship, and I don't know who I'm talking to, but this is for somebody. It's not for you to make that individual happy. Ooh, men, as you level up from basic, your personal PM will be more than just grease. Woo! Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. Man, if you don't talk right there, if you don't say that right there, let me repeat that. Men, as you level up from basic, your personal PM, preventive maintenance, will be more than just grease. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. Come on. When you put a woman on the pedestal, you get the golden shower. And I want you to really get this. I want you to really get this. And I know people say, well, my goal is to make the other person happy, do whatever they want to do. No. They will drain the happiness out of you. What you do is collectively, you bring your happiness together. She's happy and you're happy. There will always be a happy. Let me say this for those people to understand, because they might say, well, what are you saying, LDA? Happiness is a choice, just like anything else. You made a choice to comb your hair or not to comb your hair today. Happiness is a choice. Thank you. And happiness come within. And if it comes within, you are choosing to be happy. That's why I'm saying, and I'm going to say this again for those. Well, I'll look for all those men who out there saying, I'm looking for a woman to be my peace. You already lost. You lost in the game. You lost in the sauce, player. If you're looking for the woman to be your peace, you already lost it. Any woman in here will tell you they ain't trying to be your peace. It sounds good. It makes women, he looking for me to be. Stop looking for a woman to be your peace. Thank you so much. You are supposed to be at peace. Bingo.
You can't make yourself.
Stop looking for women. I'm all these YouTubers and all these young people that come now coming. I'm not against these young people. But let me say this. All these people coming on, well, I'm looking for a woman to be my peace. Baby, she might be. If you looking for her to be your peace, what if she ain't bringing you no peace? Your peace should be already installed in you. But I understand what you're trying to say. I'm looking for, no. That lets me know what level you at when it comes to relationships, that you're not ready. You're looking for them to be happy and you look for somebody to be your peace. Think about it. If you tell the woman that I'm looking for a woman to be your peace, that means that any time she controls whether you're at peace or whether you are in turmoil. If you're looking for the woman to be your peace, that means at any time she can control whether you're when you're in peace or when you're not, or when you're in turmoil. That's too much power to give to anyone. Oh, I know. Look at that. The numbers went down on that. They didn't want to hear. I don't know, LDA. I want her to be my peace. All she can do, player, is add to your peace. All she can do is add to your peace, not be your peace. See how we got things jacked up when it comes to relationship? I don't even know why I'm on this rabbit trail as far as with that right there. Once you realize that, then you can have a healthy relationship. Back to what I'm saying. So how does this apply to what I'm getting at? This applies really because you realize if a person is part of your tribe, she will understand that she cannot be your peace, but she'll know when to offer you some peace. Most people date people who are not part of their tribe, and they wonder why the relationship doesn't work. Most people date people who are not part of their tribe, and they wonder why the relationship doesn't work. My point in saying all of this, back to it. Men, make sure you take time to get your mental and your spiritual, your physical. Let me. I said this before. We talked about the Dove soap the other time. Dude, I'm gonna say this again. Brothers, men, get your teeth taken care of. Get your feet taken care of. Get your hands taken care of. Make sure you smell good. Get the cologne to make the match who you are. Don't get the cologne that everybody say you should have. Just because I wear a Tom Ford doesn't mean you're supposed to wear a Tom Ford. Get something that can congruent of who you are. Everyone's trying to wear a suit. You may not be ready for a suit. My PM was checking the beliefs holding me back from what I really want in life. Correct. I like that. But I'm going to give this link right here. Copy the link. If you want to come up, you already know my rules. You talk crazy, you will be off. But here's the link. So if you had something to say about what I talked about today, let me know in the chat room, or here's the link that's in the chat room right now. And you can come up and talk with me. Great question. How did you begin your spiritual journey? And I come in. Okay, great. So let's answer this first question. How did you begin your spiritual journey? So back in 1945, now, how did I begin my spiritual journey? So my spiritual journey actually started before I was born. And what I mean by that, both of my parents were in ministry. My father has a smorgasbord for religion. So he was first, if we could say this, in the Holiness Church, left that, became a Muslim in the 1960s under Honorable Elijah Muhammad, left that. He's part of Seven-Day, not say the Seven-Day Adventists, but another group. Then he came back to the church. But just because you're in church don't mean you're spiritual. So my journey came in when I realized I wanted to know more. And I read the Bible from backwards and forwards, but something was missing. So my journey began when I began to look in and say, where am I missing it? I read the Bible. I read some of the Quran. I read some of Buddhists. I read some other spiritual disciplines, but it didn't click for me yet. So what I had to do, I sat quiet and I thought about it. I said, I need to tap into my spirituality. So my spirituality began when I not forfeited my Christian foundation, but when I began to understand Christianity beyond just a historical, as a historical book, and looked at it as a spiritual book and looked at it as a spiritual book for what it was. And once I did that, my eyes began to open. And that's when my spirituality began to click in. But I was looking at the Bible and the Quran or say the Bible per se, as just a historical book, and it was stories and it would sound good for life, but it never clicked in the spiritual side of it. And I said, something's not clicking. But what happened, it was a long journey because I had to unlearn some things that wasn't right because it was somebody else's belief system, and it didn't connect me to my spirituality. So let me explain this so you understand it. Religion is man's way of trying to get to God. Spirituality is God's way of connecting with man. Let me say that again. Religion is man's way of connecting with God, and while spirituality is God's way of connecting with man. Now, the spiritual system, the religious system that you use, I'm not going to debate that. That's a whole nother conversation. But that's how I became my spiritual journey. It did not happen overnight. It was lots of bumps and rolls and things like that. I went through a lot of you can say seminaries. I went through different schools. I've been trained under different people. I've been trained under prophets. I've been trained under bishops. I've been trained under different people. So what you're seeing is you're seeing a collective of a man who's been trained under different mentors who brought me to where I'm at as far as with my spirituality. And so if you were to look at me to ask me clearly, my foundation is Christianity, but I don't knock anybody else. I'm not mature to do that. So let me go down here. I hope that answers your question. If not, I can give more clarity. LDA, break down what you mean by tribe. I came in late. So what I mean by tribe, your tribe are the people that you resonate with. And sometimes we don't realize that our tribe are the people, they think like us. They may not, they think like us, but many times the tribe doesn't always look like us. So they don't always look like us. So let me say this. Your tribe is people that you connect with on a spiritual level and even on a mental level that understand you without words. We are so limited when it comes to our English language or our language on connecting with other people. That's a whole nother teaching in this whole self. I was to go there. We are so limited in our way to express or to articulate how we connect with other people. There are certain people I can just automatically connect, and I connected with you on a spiritual level and you don't even know it, or you know it. And so your tribe are the people who resonate with you, not just on the physical level, but on the mental and on the spiritual level. So a lot of times guys and women try to get with people who are not part of their mental or spiritual or their tribe. And we only think in skin, or we only think of location, but they may not be the person for you. You may resonate with somebody else that's from a whole different place, but they understand you on a different level. So they are part of your tribe. Like, everyone can't listen to me because I'm going to be all over the place, but I'm making a point. But people who listen to me, who come through, they're part of the tribe. They understand me because it resonates with them. Your tribe are the people who resonate with you. So yeah. So how do you begin to open my spiritual eye? So the biggest thing, you want to open your spiritual eye. Great question. How do you begin to open your spiritual eye? And I've seen that Here's the link if someone want to come up. You open your spiritual eye. So this is the thing. You have to be careful. I'm careful with saying this because I'm careful when saying about how do you open your spiritual eye if I don't know your foundation first. See, a lot of people can say open your spiritual eye and do all this kind of stuff, but then you going off in some kind of craziness, and then you talking to the moon, and you hugging trees, and you I see dead people. I don't want nobody to open their spiritual eye. Oh, that went out. I don't want nobody to talk about to open their spiritual eye and they're not ready for it. I have to know your foundation before opening your spiritual eye. Let me say that again. Your foundation has to be set in order to walk into opening your spiritual eye. And that means there needs to be some things that you understand about the physical realm, the mental realm, and the spiritual realm. Let me say that again. There has to be some things that you understand about the mental, the spiritual, physical, before we talk about opening your spirit. Because all spiritual eye is that you're opening up to the spiritual side of things, or that you're opening up to the thing. So you open it up to the realm that is unseen, or we can call it a 3D realm. And sometimes you have to be careful allowing somebody to open up their spiritual eye when they're not ready, because they'll end up seeing things. And then what happens is I'm not saying that's going to happen to you. What happens is they end up being too much for them. And guess what happened? They end up losing their mind. That's why it's so important. I'm very careful about talking this. I have ethics with this. Your foundation has to be in place for us when opening up some spiritual eyes, because you have to be mature enough to handle that, and you got to have a firm foundation. I definitely want to say that. Let me read what my brother said. I can relate to how you begin your walk, your spiritual journey, LDA. I travel the same path. I tell the youth, if you're going to do a spiritual journey, you make sure you have a teacher. The worst thing you can do is trying to learn something yourself. Very good advice. You're going to need, very good point. You need a guide. You need a teacher. You need a mentor. Most people try to go into the spiritual realm all by themselves. I'm gonna do it by myself. The next thing you know, they seen angels flying by, they seen demons, and I see devils and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, because you didn't have a teacher to guide you. So let me say it this way. In the old spiritual systems back in Egypt, in Egypt, what they did was they had people who guided you in order to take you to different levels. You became a neophyte. Now you're making me go into this stuff. You become a neophyte, and then you go to another, you go on another journey. You go this before you even walk into the spiritual realm that you need to walk in. There are certain physical things that need to be taken care of first. And then mentally, you got to be mentally to handle the spiritual realm, or for have your spiritual eye open. And then finally, you got to know how to handle yourself in the spiritual realm. So you definitely need someone to teach you. And what we have a lot of people who are self-appointed, but they don't have nobody who's taught them. Who's taught you? Who led you that way? So you need someone to walk you in that to get you to that next level, to open you up to the spiritual side. One thing I will say, and I see your question in there, you got to understand that you got to understand who you are. You got to understand, I said it before, I'm going to slow down because I'm talking fast, I'm thinking about it. You got to realize that you are a spirit that has a mind that's in the body. Let me say that again. You're a spirit that has a mind or a soul that's in the body. So it's some fundamental things that get you there. Is game one size fit all? No. Please, I'm glad you asked that question. Is game one size fits all? No, it does not. Now, let me say this to clear it up. There are some fundamental playing level things about game that applies to everybody. I don't care, because game, as we define it over here, is just human nature. Understanding female nature, understanding male nature, understanding human psychology, and understanding strategy. That's just game. But you got to know it doesn't one size fit all. What happens is you can't apply one size fit all because you might apply this one size fits all, and it's not time to apply that one size fit all. You got to be, and you use game, you got to be able to know what tool to use to get the certain result that you want. So game does not is on one size fits all. It is more of a craftsmanship. I'm glad you said that. Game is more of a craftsmanship when you learn how to be. You become a craftsman at a game, and you know what tool to use, what arrow to use, what things to use, so that you can execute the right game. Next question. Do you mentor on this side? I do lightly mentor on this side. And if you listen to anything I've said, I sort of ease into it as far as the mentoring on this side. But I will say this. It's important to have a foundation when it comes to that. In Islam, your guide is called a Murshid. If I say that correctly, and I probably did not pronounce it correctly. A good illustration of the process of the third eye activation is what is Neo went through in the Matrix. Thank you. Thank you. He was a neophyte before he exited. Correct. Game has some common denominators, but the numerous are different. So I want you to get that. So I hope that answers some guys. When you have any more questions, good time to ask questions. Right now, I put the link in the thing, and I ain't seen anybody pop up. Nobody want to talk to the LDA today. But yeah, but definitely, I want you to get this. And that's good questions. Good questions that you're asking about that. As far as with spirituality, because we have a lot of people who are spiritual, but they're just floating around They have no foundation. Oh, I'm spiritual. I'm just floating around, and whatever happened will happen. They have no kind of foundation, and that's why they keep floating around talking about they're spiritual. They have no level of, they have no kind of parameters, barriers. They have nothing. They have no kind of guidelines to do. Oh, okay, great question. Look, y'all coming with the questions. Great questions. Was marriage made up by simps? Okay, let me get some water on that one, because that's a good one. Was marriage made up by simps? Was marriage made up by simps? And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give a good answer, whether a great question. Marriage was not made up by simps. But I will say simps got married and messed up the marriage game. Let me say that again. Marriage was not made up by simps, but simps got married and messed up the marriage game. Say it one more time. Marriage was not made up by simps, but simps got married and messed up the game. Let me say something, because that's a good one right there. I don't know a lot of guys realize this. Y'all think, I'm not saying y'all, but I'm saying and collectively. Do you understand the level of game you got to have to be married? Let me say that again. Do you understand the level of game you got to have to be married? What happens is guys, I'm going to say this, guys get married and they put their, for lack of a better term, they put their balls inside of the woman's purse, and they forget that they're a man when it comes to being married. Let me say that again. I know that's an unpopular. Some guys mess up the marriage game because they get in there and they forget that there are men, and they put their another way they put it, they put their balls in the woman's purse. And they mess up the marriage game. Do you know how thorough you got to be married? Do you know I can say it because I've been married. Do you know how thorough you got to be married? How you got to be on your P's and Q's, how you got to communicate, how you got to always keep your wife laced up with where you're going and what you're doing. The reason why we say we have this notion that simps mess up the game is because they didn't have no game in the first place when they got married. Yep, marriage is a contract, and not all kind of good. Yeah, I'm telling you, do you know the level of game you gotta have? That's the problem. Is most guys who talk about marriage is this, and I wouldn't get married because you don't got that level of the game. Do you know what kind of level of game you got to have to deal with a woman 24/7? Y'all ain't got that. They ain't got that level of game. Shaw, please. Being a husband shows that execution a master level game to stay ahead of the household while focusing on facing the challenges of that power dynamic gives big boss vibes. Come on. What the problem is in social media and what we see on these streets is that, and I know my contemporaries may not agree with me. I don't give up. I don't care. The temporaries is this. You got to have a love. First of all, you got to have enough game to pick the right woman who's gonna be your mate. Come, thank you. This right, I get it right there. Marriage requires game. It's like a pimp holding onto his bottom B for a long term. Thank you. Do you understand? See, the problem is most guys pick with their lower nature and they don't pick with their higher nature. So you picking a woman because she look good and because of what she can do in the bedroom, and you're not thinking about how we gonna deal with each other outside of the bedroom. Does she respect me? Does she follow? Does she go on my vision, or are you going on her vision? That's why I say simps get into the game, get into the marriage game, and then they mess up the game. They don't know how to pick a right woman who's going to be a wife, who's down for what you're down with. That's why we have all these people up, I'm not getting married, because you got to have a level of game for that. And the level of game does not start when you see the woman. Let me say that again. Yeah, drop the mic on that. Man, drop the freaking mic on that. The marriage game does not. Come on now. Don't do that. There we go. The marriage game does not start when you meet the woman. Let me say that again. It don't even start when you meet the wife. You should say, you got to think about, does she qualify to be my wife? That team. You heard it here first. Men being around a woman 24 hours doesn't sound too convincing to me. I can do a couple hours, but I gotta call me immature, not knocking just right. So yeah, Catrell, what's going on, bro? So let me say this. And think about it. You're not gonna be about the woman 24 hours a day anyway. You would drive each other crazy. You barely want to be around yourself that long. You know the level of game you gotta have, and I'm gonna go to Catrell what he said. You got a level of game. You're not gonna be nobody's gonna be around their wife 24 hours and 24. You're not gonna be around the woman 24 hours a day. I understand what you're saying, but the level of game you gotta have to deal with a woman too. That most of the game that we talk about is for people just to get some. That's all the game we have. So let me get what Catrell said. What about multiple? Shoot, do you know the level of game you got to have multiple wives? different personalities. I don't like this. The food, I want this, and this and this and that. Most guys, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it from my chest. Let me get this mic together first. Most guys don't even have the game to handle one woman, let alone to handle 2 women, 3 women. Do you know how much boss you got to be to manage another woman, then another woman, and make sure they don't get into each other? That's a level of game that most guys don't have. They do. I don't care what they say. I can do it, man. You ain't got it. You ain't got it. That's why having gone with a program you can believe in comes before dealing with any part of the SMP. If your program is tight, your game is right. That's what brings the right woman. It's simple. Yeah. I'm here to tell you, man, these dudes, man, that's why most of these guys, they mess up the marriage game. That's why you see, well, the woman did this and this and this, and the guy sitting there crying with his thumb in his mouth because he don't have the level of game to deal with a woman. He shouldn't have got married in the first place. Now you're gonna make me expose my say something. Back in the day, you about that, certain lifestyle. You got to be thorough to be able to deal with multiple women, let alone one woman. And most guys, they're only in the place of obtaining and not maintaining. That's why y'all fascinated with the pimp game, because he maintains women and he gets women to do things for him that you can't even get your woman to do for you. Can't even get your wife to do for you. That's why they're so fascinated by the pimp game. Well, how is he doing that? He got game, and he knows who he is, and he knows what he wants. There's more to it, but I'm just saying. That's why everybody fascinated by the pimp game. The pimp's doing it because he got women doing things that you can't get him to do. Even your wife wouldn't do for you. And you don't even have to let me say this for those men who want to get physical. You don't have to put a word, you don't have to put a hand on her, and you don't have to verbally abuse her. Those are disqualifications as a man to do that. Putting your hands on a woman, or you got to cuss her out, dude. No, you just tell her like it is, and that's what it is. And you don't like it, hey, come on, thank you. And if it say in the marriage, it's purpose first. Purse first, purpose first. So yeah, you that's a good question. Yeah, a lot of simps have messed up the marriage game. They can't handle their woman. And so their woman firm. Yeah. They can't handle their woman. That's how they mess up the marriage game. You look at it most of the time. You look at it. The guy then got lazy with his game because he got in-house you kitty cat right there, and he mess it all up. Your game got to be tight. And it ain't, let me be honest, let me be really clear. And it's not that hard. Tell it like it is. Either you with it or you ain't, or bye. I don't know why we have this whole thing that women are complicated. Any woman in here would tell you, women are complicated. They're just so complicated. I can't understand. And these women are complicated. I can't. Oh, that's the wrong one. These women are so complicated. I ain't gonna get married. They gonna do something to me. I ain't gonna like somebody that's 5'3" be dogging you like that. Please make it make sense. True pimp is right within himself first. A real pimp is a master of himself first. Correct. Many men can follow their own instructions. Many men are not a master of himself. Correct. Up right there. Yeah. Return of the baby. You already know it. And let's be real. Let's be very, very clear. Most guys, and they be honest, they want to get married. They want a boo thing. We ain't gonna talk about the lotion. You stuck on lotion, we gotta get you stuck in Jergens. How long will you believe this narrative that about marriage? Now it's your decision if you get married. I'm not for it or against. I've been married. So just be very clear. I'm not talking from the side of it. I've been married. Thank you. He can be lazy, or it could be that the lady choose to cash out because of fear that we run out, stand out of power. Either way, have bounced back to another part of the game. Correct. That's what I understand. The game don't stop once you get married. It don't even stop when you get with a woman. This is what the problem is. Most lot of guys say, shoot, I done finally got her, so I don't got to do nothing else. I'm gonna stop doing game. The reason she got with you is because you had game. The reason she got with you is because you had game. You understand that? Please understand that. Y'all get her, and then you lose you cash and get. I'm gonna turn my game card in. No. That's when you go to another level. My philosophy is treat me like a king, and I'll treat you like a queen. See, you train her to treat you like a king. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna see what this next one goes. Guys, so have a picnic date tomorrow with the girl I just met. Right. It's because you want to go on a picnic. Let me say this. So this is let me get this a good one. My philosophy is treat me like a king, and I'll treat you like a queen. Let me get this. We have to train women how to treat us. I don't care if they had a father or no father. You train people how to what? Treat you. And most women, a lot of women have not been taught how to treat you like a king. First, you got to be the king for her to treat you like the king. Second of all, you guys, this king does not like scrambled eggs. Do not make me scramble eggs. And you bring scrambled eggs in here, you're not treating me like a king. I'm just using that as an example, but I don't like scrambled eggs. I love a hood rat time to time, or promiscuous woman here and there. But at this point, I'll take a boring girl for a wife. Boring is just goes to two. I'm gonna get that. Let me get this next one because that's a good point. That was the first lesson I was taught about game. Good girls play hard to get, but good guys play hard to keep. Good one. That insight into the program on our own. That's good game. Let me say this because this is a good one. I like a hood rat time to time, promiscuous woman here and there. But at this time, I take a boring girlfriend. Let me tell you what will happen. You don't want a boring woman for a wife. Y'all got me talking about this stuff, Lord Jesus. What happens is what the problem, we talked about this last year. I think with John, we talked about it. You got to settle in your mind the Madonna whore syndrome. What you just saying, you want a whore, but you want the Madonna. Hood rat is the whore. Promiscuous woman, the whore. But at this point, I want the boring girl for a wife. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. What you want, the real game is to find the girl who has both inside of her. Let me say this. Yeah. You're right. Somebody about to. Let me say this. This is the problem when men mess up why they cheat and do things out of. They get the boring girl. Oh yeah, she's burnt. You don't do nothing. But then what's going on, Chan? And then they go cheat with the Madonna, with the whore, or with the hood rat, or with the girl who can twerk real good. You want to have both inside of them. Dirty Diana, Dirty Diana, you guys are how. Let me say that again. Most guys, and I see guys do it. They don't look at their wives. Let me say this because I want you to understand. This is some game right here. This is some game right here. Please get what I'm about to say to you. Some guys want the good girl or the girl that's just, oh, salute to you, brother. Good to see. Thank you so much. Appreciate that right there. We got to do this for the brother. He put it in there. We got to do this. I don't know why you do this, but we got to do it. Let me see if I can get it back on. Get it back on. He did it. 1, 2, 3. Ready? Hey. Salute to you for the super chat right there. Appreciate that. But let me say this. Y'all got to get this. I'm about to get some game right here. That got me standing up, man. I got to stand up on this. Let me say this. The problem is you looking for the good girl, but then you cheat with the hood rat or the girl that's who the whore. What you have to do is the real game is be able to tap in to have the good girl who can be that you look at, yes, as the good girl, but also who also can be the bad girl. So you want the freak in the sheets and the lady in the streets. You want the freak in the sheets and the lady in the streets. That's what most guys have not reconciled. Because I know I hear some guy say, hey, man, I can never do that to my wife. Do you understand? For those somebody's listening who's trying to get married, who married, whatever. Do you understand how much women want you to desire them in a freaky way? She's just my wife. I can never do that. I can never do this with her. She wants you to do it. The problem is you got to do what you got to reconcile in yourself the duality of the Madonna and the whore. You think that do you think that the boring girl is the safe girl, but she will be the safe girl with you, but with the other guy, she's the whore. As I say, don't bring her around me. You think that she's safe with you. Oh, she's just boring. She doesn't do that. She just do that. No. Let the right man come around and bring out the other side outside of her. You got to have the level of game to get both sides out of her. Y'all don't want this game. Y'all don't want this game. Y'all don't want this level of game. Y'all want that Mickey Mouse game. You got to be able to bring both sides out of her. You can bring out both sides of a woman, baby, you got her. Just ask women how would treat themselves if they woke up as a man tomorrow. Let me say that. Are you all ears? All right. So I want you to get that. Do you understand? We say we want the boring girl that don't do nothing. Do you know how many boring women? Let me say from experience, without getting too graphic. Do you know how many boring women who get down and they do some things that you wouldn't believe? And while you're looking at the girl who look on the outward side that she's the freak leak, and she don't do nothing. In reality, you should have you still have to coach a wife up. Correct. It's your return on investment you have to keep track of. Where is the game coming to play? This is where the game comes. Thank you so much. I'm telling you, if I can tell you how many women, married women, who all they want for their husband is to not have that boring missionary sex. Remember, the duality is inside of the women. Either you bring it out or somebody else will. You would have the boring wife while she be fantasized about somebody coming over the milk. But we don't got no milkman anymore. She's fantasizing about the mailman coming over. The duality, the dual nature that's there. And if you don't reconcile that dual nature inside of a woman, or you don't reconcile, oh my God, woo, jeez Louise, these guys are, man, woo, man. Y'all got me. We got to read what he said. We good. One more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shout out to Shara. Salute to you, brother. Facts. That's why you have guys who get it before the first day, while other guys have to wait what? 90 days. 90 days. Real game makes her throw her excuses out the window just to be worthy of you. Woo! Woo! Y'all don't understand that, boy. Woo! 90 days. I'm trying to look for my favorite person. I'm trying to look for. I can't find it. There we go. 90 days. A good wife is like a suit. Very few fit perfectly off the rack. Tailor her to yourself. Thank you. Shout out for that super chat right there. Thank you so much. 50 Shades of Grey, right? As a mailman, I can tell you some of these women have a house, have a house of kids and still looking for a man to talk to. Come on. You a mailman, you know what I'm talking about. I used to do installs. Let me start. Hold on. Let me start. Hold on. I used to do installs in for water meters. Do you know how many times I went to appointments and the ladies were in their rows with nothing on out in their ear? Nothing. Breasts is sticking out. Got to know how to do the dual. That's the real game. I'm glad these nuts said that. There's the duality there. While marriages. Be able to give her that side to be that stability to, but also you be able to say, hey, I'm gonna take you. I want you. Every woman wants to be wanted. Every woman wants to be wanted. And not just, she wants to be wanted by the man that she likes. As you said earlier, the game don't stop even after you're married. Thank you. I wish they'd get that. I didn't understand that when I was married. I'm being honest. The game don't stop after you get married. And you think it does, you ain't ready to be married. Woo. When I used to deliver for Poland Speed installing the coolers, Them women were in robes and just lusting for some. You got it. Some drivers were doing it low key, but I thought it would be a setup. You a smart man, because it could have been a setup. I'll tell you one situation. I went to install the water meter in the basement in this particular neighborhood. And she's like, oh, it's down in the basement. I went down the basement. There's a stripper pole. I said, Jesus Christ, this is the devil. She had a stripper pole down there. I said, where's the water meter, ma'am? Oh, it's over there in the corner. She already had on little shorts. She already had on a little tight t-shirt. It was nothing but open space there. But I chose not to do anything. Question. With this marriage scam, is it basically being the same man you were when you met her? So that's a good question. With the marriage scam, is it basically being the same man you were? No. It's a diff. So what happens is you're yes, you are the same man, but you can't be single-minded inside of a marriage. That was my downfall. You cannot be single-minded inside of a marriage. So yes, you have the game to get her. Now you got to have game to maintain her. Now you got to have game to continue it for longevity. So you're not the same man you were, but what you're doing is you take your game to the next level. Now I have game to maintain her. So you're not the same man, but you're taking your game to the next level. Now I got game to maintain her. Now I got game for this year, give her 5 years, 7 years, 20 years, whatever the case may be. And one of the things why men fail in the marriage, or say some men fail in the marriage, is because they stop using game. And game is not manipulation and all that. Don't come over here and talk, we're manipulation. No. You stop being a man. That's one of the reasons why the game doesn't work inside of a marriage. I'm saying from my own, my mistakes. I failed. And then you start looking for the side chick. I had a whole, I don't know, I'm gonna do it today. But I got a whole teaching on the side chick. Why the side chick is so good. Why you choose the side chick. The only reason why you choose the side chick because it ain't about the sex. Oh, that's a good question. How do you maintain a woman? Women. Oh, I got side chick. Yeah, I got them. I ain't gonna give it today. How do you maintain a woman? Great question. One of the challenges in the marriage dynamic is dealing with her learning your pattern of behavior before just to level advantage against you and for herself. That's why boring marriages make a lazy man. Correct. Back then when I was a mechanic, a woman thought I would trick on the bill. Broke women couldn't pay her bill, and she gave me the car for free. Be better, have my money. He said, better have my money. Yes, that just can ruin your life. But that's good right there. Back in the day when I was a mechanic, a woman thought I would trick on the bill. Broke woman, couldn't pay her bill. She gave me the car for free. Yeah. That's another thing. Let me say this, because some guys think that they be tricking on these women. Keep it classy, keep it professional. I need my money. Kitty cat is everywhere. It walks around everywhere. There's more kitty cat than there is anything around here. That's a good question. When I'm going to do a show on logic? That's a good question. I can start doing a show on logic. Maybe we can do that maybe Wednesday. Kitty cat is everywhere. Because we need to talk about logic. What was the other one? I seen the question. How do you maintain a woman? So how do you maintain a woman? Let me say this. There's some fundamental truths that you can say to maintain a woman. But this is the thing. Let me throw this. You know how you maintain a woman? I'm gonna give you one quick game. Most guys don't study the woman that they're with, so they don't know how to maintain a woman. Let me say this real clearly. Most women give you their playbook if you listen. So you want to know how to maintain a woman? Listen. She tell you everything. Oh, really? Okay, great. She'll tell you the clues on how to maintain her. She can't help it, especially you, that man. She'll tell you how to maintain her. You choose whether you want to do those things or not. Does it fit into your program and what you're doing? But women automatically give you they tell you how to maintain them. Yeah, I need to do a show on logic because logic is so important. But you guys got me here almost 2 hours talking. Thank you so much for the super chats. I appreciate it. Yeah, any woman in here can, if they were in here, they probably went out and you went in and whatever, like they give you the game. All you got to do is just listen. Oh yeah, really, honey? Oh, okay. What you do is you can't get emotional with it. That comes to the logic game. You can't become emotional. You got to think. If you enjoyed this, put a 33 in the chat room. If you enjoyed what we talked about today, put a 33 in the chat room. If you enjoyed what we talked about today, you got something from the day, because I gave a whole lot today. If she likes you, she will give you her blue plan as a discount. Being an active listener will expose that. Yeah. If you enjoy this, thank you so much. Aha! Thank you. So let me tell you about the 33. So the 33, why did I say put a 33 in the chat room today? What we used to do back during the pandemic, and I'm explaining. Let me drop the music a little bit. The 33, we normally have the angel number. Now, the reason why I say 33 today is this. The 33 is a master number. And the reason why I say put a 33 in the chat room today, because I wanted you to master some level of yourself. Yes, I do consultations. Let me get the link right here. I do consultations. 33 is a master number. And the reason why I want you to I put 33. So anything you heard today and you see 33 anywhere, wherever you're going, you might see 33, you might get 33 cents, you might see 33 over here. It's going to bring you back to what we talked about. So it's a way to, Jono's doing good. I talked to him last week. So 33 is a way today's number is 33, is to tie you in. Anytime you see 33 anywhere today or this weekend or whatever, anywhere else, it's going to tie you in to make you think about what we talked about today. It serves as a bridge back to what we talked about. Also, 33 serves as a master number, but 33 also is important because it's an angel number too. And we haven't did that, and I know a lot of people have been exposed to when we do that. When we did the angel numbers every week, I think it was every day. Oh my God, it was crazy. Some people won the lottery. I'm not condoning anybody playing the lottery from the numbers that we give. That's not us. We don't do that. But people have won the lottery. People are seeing 30, like say you guys see the number that we put into the chat room and things are happening. So if you see 33 today anywhere, it's going to tie you back to the teaching, but it's also where for you to be aware of what? Of mastery. Somewhere you need to be somewhere you need to be mastered. or you need to master something. So that's the only reason why I chose the 33 today, because it's a master number. Today was a class about mastery, mostly about mastering yourself. When you master yourself, you can master those around you. Think about it. It was talked about it. Somebody put that in the chat room. When you get yourself together, then you can handle somebody else. Why? Because it's about mastery. 33 is a mastery number. I'm not getting this, is not numerology. I'm not doing all like that. I'm just saying this was a mastery class today. So today, 33. That's the reason why we have 33 today. I'm glad you asked that, because a lot of people don't get it. It's the way to tie you in. Also to see, I need to see if you're participating in the chat room and that you understand. So I used to have people come in and put a different number. No, I need you to put a 33. It is when you type it. Let me tell you what it does on a psychological and spiritual level. It pulls you into what we did. You come connected. I was getting tips like crazy doing the money challenge. See? So we got to go back and do the money challenge too. You're doing Scottish Rites, LDA. What house you? I can't talk about those things. Those some things you can't talk on those levels. I know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, 33 is a mastery number. We got to go back and do the money challenge. When we did the money challenge, it was amazing. People were getting money like crazy, trips, things like that. So this is just not, I teach game, yeah, for women, but I teach game for life. If I can get you to break, or if I can get you to lessen or to bring down your belief systems about certain things, you'll see your life grow. So that's the reason for the 33 today. So if that helped you out, this is Lawrence D. Allen, when spirituality and the game combines. Thank you so much for the super chats today. Thank you, brethren. Shout out to John W. for the first super chat. Shout out to Chang for the second one. And shout out to Rush for the third one. Thank you so much, brothers. Thank you so much for putting it in there. I hope you guys got something today. Thank you for those who gave. Thank you who gave on Cash App. I appreciate this. I know we went longer than normally. I normally try to keep it under an hour, but we almost at 2 hours. I got to get Jono back, get him on, but he's been busy doing some other things. But if you enjoyed this, in the chat, in the comments, when this ends, put 33. Not now. In the comments for this show, after the show ends, put 33 in the comments. You'll see what I'm saying. After the show ends, put 33 in the comments. Why am I saying doing that? I need you to connect with what we're talking about. In the comments, I want you to put 33 in the comments. You know what that means. You know what that means. Peace. See you Wednesday. Lawrence D. Adams. In and out. Y'all still here? Peace. Y'all go on now. Y'all go ahead on now. Y'all go ahead now. Go enjoy your weekend. Y'all get on out of here. Y'all didn't go. Y'all didn't LDA. Y'all get on out of here. Get on out of here. Y'all go.
I was shooting this game with this broad the other day, and she said, "Watch this."
Oh, y'all get on out of here. Y'all go. Y'all didn't see. Get on out of here. Y'all get on out of here. You go out of here. Get on out of here. Y'all go on out of here. Y'all go. Y'all leave. Y'all ain't leave yet. OT 93. Oh, can't say that. Get out of here.
Don't forget it, cause I can give you a journey. I'm your fantasy, I got you. Tell me what you want, babe. Then come get it. Tell me what you want, babe. Go get it. Don't forget it, babe. And you'll get it. Don't forget it, babe. And you'll get it. Don't forget it, babe. You'll get it. Don't forget it,
Execute Order 66.
the first time. Throw away all my pride. Don't wanna say I love you first, but holding it in just might make me burst. Love in the open, daydreaming, hoping, melting in our make-believe new worlds. Whispering winds bring the remembrance that you're my girl. No shame, no games. I wanna fall in love, fall in love. I'll be your savage, I'll be your baddest. Or do you like sweet caramel honey dipped? I'm yours till the beat flips. Don't let it slip. Give up my power. Yes, afraid to lose each other. Counting the hours till I see you again. Could you be life, lover,